Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you guys are new here. If you guys are new, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and then of course make sure to watch this video all the way through. I know I have a few new subscribers. I have not posted a video in a while, y'all. That's gonna be a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video, but we have not filmed in a while, but we are back. And I don't know if you can tell about the quality. I know y'all can tell, like I know y'all can tell the quality is a little different. I'm in a different setting, so we're back and we're better, y'all. So I did take my Nclex in July. I literally was in cram mode for like that last month before Nclex. So I have my little notes right here. I'm gonna insert some pictures while I am talking to you guys about different things that I used during studying for the Nclex. I did take it July 7th. I got my results about 3 days after. If you guys watched my previous video, I did do the Nclex trick and it did work. So if you guys want more information about the Pearson VUE trick and my experience taking the Nclex, then you guys can definitely check out my Pearson VUE video. Like I said, I started studying about 1 month before actually taking the Nclex, which I would definitely not suggest, but if you guys are like me, 1 month is good enough. And actually, I actually took it later than when I was done with classes. I know a lot of people say that you should take the Nclex as soon as you're done with school, but me personally, when I was done with nursing school, I needed a break, y'all. Like I was saying, a lot of people do say that you should take the Nclex as soon as you're done with nursing school. However, I didn't follow that. So I literally took it, I finished with classes like the end of April. I took my Nclex in July. So May, June, about 3 months after graduating, I took the Nclex. That's just what I did. I know some people who literally took it like 2 weeks after they was done with class, but baby, I was like, I need a break. Like I cannot just go straight through. I need a break. So I've been in school all my life. Your girl, I just need a break, y'all. 1 month before Nclex, I started doing practice questions. So I started out doing practice questions at work. During this time, I was working as a tech at the hospital that I started my residency program at. I did have a lot of free time at work, so I would go on the computer and I would do practice questions while I'm at work. So during that time, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I was going through the questions. Like I wasn't really making it sink in my mind. I was just doing the questions, and to me, I'm like, okay, I feel accomplished because I'm getting through 100 questions a day. So even when I wasn't at work, I would still try to do 100 questions a day at home, and I was doing that for about 2 weeks until I had a coming to heart moment. Like, we need to take this serious, y'all. So I did use Uworld. Can't remember how much it cost, but I put it above. I think I did like the 60-day trial version. With doing the practice question, my suggestion would be to make sure you fully absorb the question before you move on to the next question. Since I was at work and I wasn't even really like that motivated to study, this is like right when I started doing the practice questions, like a month before. I would definitely suggest to make sure you really know the question. Make sure you really absorb the material. Don't just go through the questions just to say you did 100 questions. Definitely make sure you know it, take notes, all of that. I feel like Uworld was a good tool for me. I feel like it was super hard. Like you guys will see when you start Uworld, you're gonna be like, what the heck is this? Like, this is not nursing school. Like, what is this? This is how you're gonna be. But it does help because I did pass. So I actually did get through all that Uworld questions as well. So alright, hey y'all, it's Feature Me here. So I forgot to mention to you guys, Uworld has about a little over 2,000 practice questions on there, and I got through all of them. The whole time while I was doing the questions, my average score remained like 48 to 51%. So that's just to say, if you're getting about a 50%, that's still good. From what I was told by my peers and different people I spoke with, everyone had around a 50 to like a 55% average on the question. I'm telling you guys, Uworld is no joke, y'all. Another thing that I would do in Uworld was that I would mark questions that I was just really not getting, and then later at the end I went back to some of them And that also really helps, just so you don't do the question and you never see that question again. That helps with getting the material multiple times. You guys know, seeing a topic in different ways, you guys will understand it a little better. I would do random categories and just do 75 questions, because the most you can do is 75 questions at a time. So I would do it randomized. Some people did the questions by category. That might help, but personally that's not what I did. I just did it by randomized. Make sure to write down the topics that you're constantly seeing. If you're seeing something more than once, write down that topic and go back to that topic. Maybe look up in your textbook about that topic. I would write down the topics that I kept seeing, because if you kept seeing it, most likely it's going to be on the Nclex. That's what I did with the questions. So 2 weeks before the Nclex is when crunch time came. Luckily, not luckily, I got COVID. I got COVID at it was about the 2 week mark. Maybe it was about the 3 week mark. I got COVID. And yeah, it was about like 3.5 week mark where I got COVID. So I was out for the count. But fortunately, I was vaccinated, so I only had the sniffles for 1 day. I was literally fine for the rest of the 2 weeks. So that being said, why I say it's luckily, because I had to take off of work. Not take off, this was not willingly. This was not willingly. So I had to be off of work for 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, I got Nclex for 2 weeks, whatever. I'm gonna use this time to study, which I did. So I don't want to say I'm glad it happened, but like I said, I was vaccinated and I only had the sniffles for 1 day. So, you know, everything happens for a reason. So I don't know, but that's what happened. So 2 weeks before, it's crunch time, y'all. I didn't start doing anything else besides the question until 2 weeks before. And when I'm telling you guys what I did, I'm not saying to do it this way. I'm telling you guys what I did to pass, y'all. And I know everybody says it, but if I can pass, you can pass, y'all. Because I'm a professional procrastinator. So I've probably mentioned this before in some of my videos, some of my vlogs, that we do have an Nclex coach that's offered to us by the school. It's not really offered, it's basically given to us because we don't have no choice. So we have an Nclex coach. So whoever your Nclex coach is, the last semester of school in Capstone, you talk to your Nclex coach about every week, every other week. Your Nclex coach knows your days. So my Nclex coach, she knew I was coming up on Nclex the whole time. She would send me different assessments to do. She would do a lot for me, and I'm gonna tell you everything that she did for me, but I'm just gonna tell you like what all the Nclex coach is there for. So they're there all through Capstone for your exit exam. They're there until you take the Nclex and until you pass the Nclex. So not just until you take the Nclex, like until they know that you passed, like they're gonna be on you and making sure, because my school cares about it. All the schools should care about it, but my school, they definitely care about our Nclex rates. Our school already has like a reputation that we take everybody and we're expensive and all of that stuff. If y'all want me to do a video about my accelerated nursing program, I don't mind doing that, because I don't go there no more. I already got my degree, which I'm gonna do. So let me know if you guys want a video about my accelerated program. Y'all already know which program I went to, so I can do a video on that if y'all wanted to. Anyways, so my Nclex coach, I talked to my Nclex coach about 2 weeks before, and 2 weeks before I was feeling, for some reason I was just feeling like I wasn't ready, like, and I'm sure this is a normal feeling, is feeling like you're not ready. But 2 weeks before, I was not ready. I called my Nclex coach. She was like, well, I can't tell you if you're ready or not. You have to know if you're ready. So it was like one day I was just sitting here, literally 2 weeks before, and I'm like sitting on the couch in this exact spot. I'm sitting on this couch thinking I'm not ready, thinking about postponing. I even text one of our managers at my job that's over the residency program, and I let her know, like, I don't know if I'm ready. Is there any way if I postpone it, will I be able to still start the residency program at the same time? She told me, no, you have to start later. So I'm like, dang. And I'm thinking like all the stuff that I have planned, like I don't want to start any later. I'm getting married, I'm going on bachelorette trips, honeymoon, like I don't want to start any later than I need to start. So I realized that I'm just gonna keep my same date. I'm just gonna keep my same day, and hopefully God is with me. When I did talk to my English coach the last 2 weeks, I let her know I don't know if I'm ready. So of course, 2 weeks crunch time, she gives me some assessments on Nclex. So the Nclex assessments is on the NCBSN website. I think that's what it's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You can pay for 2 assessments, and both assessments are old Nclex exams. It was about $98. However, she got it from me for free because she's awesome. I'm sure if you reach out to a professor or dean, somebody at your school, they're able to get the Nclex exams. I'm pretty sure because I think she got it from like the president of the school. So just ask if you guys want that. For me personally, it did help, y'all. The only thing about that is when you go through the questions, it doesn't tell you which question you got wrong, and it doesn't tell you a rationale. That's the only thing, but it is helpful. Why I say it's helpful, because when I did those exams on the NCBSN website, I realized that I have trouble with prioritization questions. Like the prioritization questions in nursing school compared to prioritization in the Nclex world, it's totally different, y'all. It's not ABC. It's not ABCs, y'all. It's not. So that is also something to keep in mind. Like, it's not the same as, you can't just go through nursing school and think because you passed the exit exam and you can go right and take the Nclex. Even though it says that 95, 98, however much percent chance of passing Nclex, I'm telling y'all, it's not the same. So definitely study. Don't just take your nursing school knowledge to the Nclex because it's not gonna work. So after doing the NCBSN exams, I'm like, I have trouble with prioritization questions. So I told my Nclex coach, she actually gave me another resource, y'all, that I didn't even think about, was the Literature book. And if you guys took Delegation class or leadership class, then you guys have this book. If y'all went through nursing school, I'm sure y'all know about the Literature book. So I'm gonna put a picture right here of what the book looks like. I think it's a purple book, but I'm gonna put it right here. When I tell you guys, that prioritization book helped me so much, y'all. Like, it was such a big help. Like, it really broke it down for me how Nclex wants you to break it down in your head. Like, definitely use that purple book. If I could have used that purple book instead of, I would have used both, but I would have more so focused on the purple book for sure. So definitely recommend to go through both the Literature book and along with doing Uworld, doing Literature book, I also listen to Mark Klimek. So Mark Klimek, you can find his lectures on YouTube. He really breaks down the material, how you need to know for English. He was a past writer for English questions, so he knows exactly what they're going to be asking and exactly what you need to know. It's very condensed but long at the same time. I think it was about 17 hours total for all of the lectures, so I would suggest to go through the lectures twice. So if you want to do an hour a day, just calculate that. You can definitely find his lectures on YouTube. Hopefully they're still on there, and also you can find some notes on Course Hero. I didn't tell y'all that, but if y'all want the Mark Klimek notes, go on Course Hero. You might have to pay, you might have to upload some documents, but the notes are on there. Somebody got the notes, y'all. I'm telling y'all, the notes are flying around. I don't know if I should say that, but I mean, who gonna see me? So go through Mark Klimek twice, read it, have the notes up, be highlighting and writing. That also helps for me. That helps me remember things when I can like highlight and write notes next to it. So watch the lecture twice. I only watched it like 1.5. It was something that I watched twice. The topics that I needed more help on, I actually went over twice, and then some of them I didn't go over twice because I felt like there was no need to. Another thing that I used was a mnemonic book that I will put up here because I don't feel like getting it right now. That my mom, she actually ordered it for me, and I can't say that was helpful with helping me to remember mnemonics in an easier way. So I'm gonna put it up there. I pretty much skimmed the whole book. It's easy to go through because it's mnemonics and it's pictures. So if you guys are a visual learner, then that will also help you very much. I did take that book to work, and I would go through it at work, and I felt like it was a help to me just with the fact that it has really good mnemonics in there. Another thing for visual learners out there is I use Pinterest. I was on Pinterest like crazy. Pinterest has so many resources for me, and I know, like, looking at a picture of something, it helps me picture in my mind. So me, I need pictures. So on Pinterest, you can literally put, let's say, diabetes Nclex, or what else, pneumothorax Nclex after it, and then you'll see pictures and different things that will help you remember it for Nclex, different things that you need to know for Nclex. So I made like a whole Pinterest board for that. So that, I feel like that was a big help. So whenever I would get a question on Uworld, I would go to Pinterest and I would pull up the picture next to it, and it would kind of help me just understand the topic a little better. So those 5 things, all of those things helped me out. So to give you more of like a time span on when I was doing these things, so like I said, 2 weeks before Nclex is when I started doing more than just 100 questions a day. Another thing that I did was I would do these assessments that my Nclex coach would send me. They were just pretty much like randomized questions about different topics. She sent me maybe about 3 of them that I did, and that was actually throughout the whole month before. It wasn't just the 2 weeks. So not a whole month before, and then the questions, 100 questions a day until 2 weeks. Up until 2 weeks, I started doing the 300 questions or more. I started listening to Mark Klimek. I would listen to him when I drive. Like, I would just have him playing all the time and around the house. Another thing that I did was use the assessments on Uworld. So Uworld comes with 2 assessments. I think you have to pay extra for them. It's not that much more, I don't think, but Uworld comes with 2 assessments, and pretty much the assessments gauge where you're at if you're ready to take the Nclex. So y'all, the first one that I did, it told me I'm very likely to pass the Nclex. So I'm like, okay, so I got a chance. And this was like 5 days before. The second assessment that I did was literally like the night before, and it told me I had a very low risk. So I'm literally freaking out. I'm like, oh no, like I'm freaking out and calm at the same time, because I know that, you know, God got me. He's gonna get me through this. So I go on Reddit, because I be looking on Reddit for everything. So I'm like, can you still get a low chance of passing Nclex? And a lot of people were saying that yes, you can. Like, they were saying that they got low risk for both of the assessments and they still ended up passing Nclex. So I'm like, okay, there's hope. Like, this is not 100% sure. And even when doing that assessment, I was already nervous and anxious. I don't even know why I was still studying at that point, but I studied up until the night before. They say don't study the day before, which I didn't do a lot of studying the day before, but I could have just not done that. But I did do that the night before, and then I went to bed and I took the Nclex the next day. Another thing that I did, which if you guys are not spiritual or religious or all of that, then y'all can just still give me my watch hours, but just, you know, let it play. But I was literally praying like crazy, which I do when it's something that I really want. Like, I'll pray a lot about. I'll pray a lot. Like, I will speak it in existence every day, multiple times a day. I'm gonna pass Nclex. Like, I'm gonna pass. And if you guys watch my vlog, my Nclex vlog, just go back and watch that whole week, and you guys will see, like, I was really manifesting this. Like, I'm gonna pass. Like, I don't care, I'm gonna pass. I don't care. I'm telling everybody, send me prayers, send me wishes. I'm telling everybody that I'm putting it on my Facebook. Please pray for me, my family, group message. I'm like, pray for me, y'all. And then even people I work with was like, they're praying for me. And I had so many people praying for me, and so many people that was just on my side. And I'm just like, there's no way that I'm praying this much and all these other people are praying for me. Like, there's no way that I'm not gonna be able to pass this Nclex. That's how I was feeling. I'm just like, there's literally no way that I'm gonna fail. That's what I said. I'm like, even though this is hard as heck, I'm like, I'm good. Like, there's no way that I got this far to fail. So my mindset was like, yes, I'm scared as crap. But then again, it was just like, I know I'm gonna pass, because I know I have God on my side and He's gonna get me through this. I know I was watching another video, and the girl who, she didn't pass the Nclex, and she was saying she didn't even tell anybody that she was taking the Nclex because she was afraid that she was gonna fail. I don't think that's the right thing to do. Everybody can do it their own way, but personally, you already have it in the back of your mind, like, I'm not gonna tell nobody because I'm gonna fail, you know? So Of course, I'm like, oh, I already told everybody, so if I fail, they're gonna know I failed. But I'm like, I'm not gonna fail though. So even though I was nervous, but yeah. So just keep a positive mindset and just speak into existence. Of course, I wrote on the exam, I will pass this Nclex. On the first time I wrote it on the scrap paper that they gave you. I wrote it on there. I had it on my status, on the back of my phone, on my screen. I had it. I officially passed the Nclex. Like, I had already wrote up the status, like I officially passed Nclex. And that's just something I do when it's something that I really want. Like, I'll write it down, or I'll like write a status or post about it, me achieving it even though it hasn't happened yet. That's something I do, and it's worked for everything that I've wanted so far, and everything that I've bid for, it's worked for me. So that's just that. So I believe that's all. This was a long video, but I hope it was very informative and helpful for you guys. Let me know how your Nclex went. Let me know how you're studying. And just let me know about how your experience went. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.